As President Obama meets this week with military leaders to determine which path to take in Afghanistan, we're joined by Richard Haas, President of the Council of Foreign Relations. Good morning.
Morning, Harry.
Such an interesting week this past week, especially last several weeks in Pakistan, with all of these attacks, Taliban attacks on Pakistani military institutions, on civilian institutions, on UN institutions. So finally, the Pakistani military is fighting back in a big way. Can they do we have enough faith in their ability to really crush the Taliban as we know it right here in Waziristan, this kind of no man's land?
The short answer is no. The Pakistani military simply doesn't have enough relevant capability. It's not clear also how strong their commitment is. There's not going to be a decisive battle here. This is part of a longer struggle that's going to be messy, if you will, in its outcome.
Right, and some of the Taliban commanders have said, well, we've got them just where we want them. We want the Pakistan military in the mountains chasing us around all winter long.
They could well have that, and the Pakistani military is not well suited for that. The Pakistani military was largely designed for a conventional war against India. Now they're fighting an unconventional war against radicals in their own territory. My hunch is they're not going to fare very well.
And the reason we bring this up is because there are so many moving parts in this part of the world. And here is President Obama in this long contemplation about what to do next in Afghanistan with our troops. How does that affect what his decision is going to be?
Not centrally. He's really got his own dynamic in Afghanistan, and I think you're going to see everything slow down on decision making, in part because of the winter. There's no real urgency to get more troops in right now. Also, the administration has already signaled they want to see what happens internally in Afghanistan, whether there's new elections, more important, what kind of a government is formed. So I think the administration is going to hold back sending more troops for quite a while.
There's been so much written about this decision, the Vietnam model. Is this Obama's Vietnam? Is it that, or is it something else entirely?
Well, it's nothing of that scale yet, but it has become Barack Obama's central foreign policy decision. He's got to decide if he's going to introduce us tens of thousands more troops. Again, he's holding back, in part because the United States is a very flawed partner, in part that the advocates of sending in more troops haven't yet made the case. Will doing more accomplish more? Not clear. Is what happens in Afghanistan that central to the global struggle against terror? Not clear. And where you began, it's not even clear that what happens in Afghanistan is all that central to Pakistan. So you have to ask yourself, what scale of commitment do we want to make? The administration's deciding that.
And ultimately, if any of that has so much to do with our day-to-day safety where we live.
Well, for sure. Now, 9/11 is a reminder that what happens there, it's not Las Vegas. It doesn't stay there. It could come here. We've got to think about that.
Richard Haas, as always, we do appreciate it. Thank you so much.